to This Day. Today is Wednesday and it's October 28th. Now, just to give you an update on the Silverado fire, first we'll take a look at our air quality. Now, the air quality is still unhealthy, so you want to stay indoors as much as possible. It is a little bit better than yesterday, but we're still not out of the woods, so to speak. So make sure that you stay indoors and keep your activity outside to a minimum. The fire behavior last night was moderate, so today they are reinforcing their controlled fire lines and just making sure that the hot spots are taken care of, and that's according to the Orange County Fire Authority that I got an update this morning. So let's go ahead and take a look at the smoke map one more time, because it does show that we are still not out of the woods. Now, the heaviest is north of us, and that is from the Yorba Linda fire, but you can tell that our air quality is quite a bit better than theirs with the light gray, but nonetheless, as I mentioned, most of it is higher in the air, so you should be okay, but again, try to stay indoors as much as possible. All right, one meeting to tell you about today is the Mutual 50 Dining Services Committee meeting, and that will be at 2 p.m. this afternoon. And then who is on our show today? We have Hoag Orthopedic. They have a new orthopedic surgeon named Dr. Siljander, and really nice guy, and he really knows his stuff. And so we're going to talk a little bit about his specialty, which is hip and joint replacement. And then we also have Florence Sylvester Senior Center, big clinic coming up this Friday. So we're going to tell you all about it and some of the goodies that you will get if you participate in that. All right, let's take a look at our weather. Well, first we'll go to the sunrise and the sunset. Look at how cute. Kitty and Puppy. I don't know their name, but thank you, Ron Clem, for sending that in. Evidently, that was their first meeting, and the kitty just doesn't know what to do but wants to be big. So the sunrise this morning was 7:07, and our sunset will be at 6:02. It's actually backtracking. This weekend, you will be setting your clocks back. So we'll keep you posted on that. Ron, thanks again for sending in the adorable cutie animals. And if you have an adorable photo of an animal, or maybe one you've dressed up or one you've seen out in the wild, please send it to Laguna Woods Village TV@gmail.com. 7756, 7955. Friday, 7758, and over the weekend we're going to have actually getting warmer by Sunday, 83 and 86. Come back in just a little bit. We're going to have Dr. Siljander. Stay tuned.
This election, all Californians will be able to vote safely from home. Every active registered voter will receive a vote-by-mail ballot with a unique barcode. You can track it using Where's My Ballot, and you'll receive automatic notifications by text, email, or voice call to let you know the status of your ballot once you mail it, drop it off at your polling place, or at a drop box. Vote-by-mail ballots. Simple, safe, secure, counted. Learn more at vote.ca.gov.
Welcome back. Today I'm joined by Dr. Matthew Siljander, who is here on behalf of Hoag Orthopedic. Well, Dr. Siljander, thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So we were talking a little bit offline about different types of surgeries that you do, but you primarily focus on the reconstruction of joints of hip and knee. Tell me a little bit of background on that.
Yeah, so basically, let me just start out briefly to give you a little background on myself, and then we'll kind of jump to background hip and knee replacement. So I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona, a nice hot desert place, and then I spent a lot of time before coming out here in a much colder place, which is the Midwest. I did all my training out there. I went to the University of Michigan for undergrad and studied mechanical engineering, and I actually worked as an engineer for a couple of years before going back to medical school. I went to medical school in Chicago, at Chicago Medical School. Mm-hmm. After that, I went back to Michigan at Beaumont Health for my orthopedic residency. And then following that, I went to an even colder place. I went to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. And that's where I specialize in knee and hip replacements and kind of advanced reconstructive techniques, redo surgeries of hip and knee replacements. And, there's a lot of new things kind of happening in knee and hip replacement surgery, but there's also a lot of things that have stood the test of time. There's various changes to implants that have been done to the hips and knees, but a lot of the same principles are still the same. I think one of the biggest things that has happened somewhat recently is, the multimodal pain medication. Before in the past, a lot of people used to be on a lot of narcotics, heavy doses of narcotics, and then not much else. these days you still have some form of narcotics after, hip or knee replacement surgery. This is mixed with other medications to kind of offset the burden of that, Tylenol, tramadol, sometimes other anti-inflammatory medications. So you take smaller doses of various things, and that not only does that require less opioid use, but it also has better pain relief overall. And additionally, more recently, there's been a lot quicker trend to doing some of these surgeries in an outpatient setting. Whether this is done in a hospital where you go home the same day, whether it's done at a surgery center where you go home the same day. That's being seen more and more as these surgeries are able to be done on a more streamlined basis.
Okay.
That's obviously not for everybody, but it's becoming more and more prevalent these days.
Wouldn't that depend on potentially the recovery, like what kind of recovery they would have to do?
To some degree, yeah. So a lot of it kind of depends on, the patient's overall health, medical health, and, whether they will be safe to kind of go home the same day. And that, to be honest, that's a larger and larger population of patients. But that determination is kind of made, in conjunction with your surgeon, before surgery, because and sometimes the nice thing about a hospital setting is for those patients that, may need an extra night in the hospital, you have that opportunity in a hospital setting, whereas if you're at a surgery center, you don't. But then there's plenty of people pretty much guarantee that they're going to be able to go home the same day, and that's becoming more and more common. So it depends on the medical health of the patient, kind of how well you are functioning beforehand, and kind of how well you're expected to be able to function after surgery. That kind of ties in a good thing you mentioned about recovery. Recovery being physical therapy after surgery. There's different approaches to what physical therapy you should or shouldn't do, or you need to do after surgery. I think for knee replacements, most people are, getting physical therapy after knee replacement surgery. For hip replacements, a lot of people are as well, but it's more common to not get physical therapy after that. Interestingly, at the Mayo Clinic, there's some surgeons there who don't do physical therapy basically after a hip or knee replacement surgery, because they feel that, to some degree, sometimes patients are their own best physical therapists, where they learn the exercises in the hospital or in the surgery center before they leave, and they do those at home. And only at the 2-week mark, if you're not progressing as well as you need to, then you can start physical therapy. But this is kind of an individualized process, not really a cookie cutter kind of thing.
So you primarily are doing knee and hip replacements. So compared to Minnesota, I'm sure you see a lot more here in California.
Well, it's kind of a growing, need across the country as the baby boomer population is aging. There's more and more people requiring knee and hip replacement surgeries, in Minnesota, here, and so really anywhere you are in the United States, there's a lot more people that are kind of needing it. And
right.
Knowing when the right time to get a joint replacement is really an individualized decision. It can be a hard thing. A lot of people that have a joint replacement, once they get it done, they say, "Oh, I should have done this a long time ago." But it's a hard decision. It's a big decision, and you don't make decisions just based on what you see on X-rays. You obviously have to have the arthritis there to be a candidate for a joint replacement surgery. But that's not the be-all, end-all decision. Really, it depends on how you're feeling. So the question to ask yourself is your pain, is your quality of life, and is your activity limited significantly enough because of your arthritic pain? You want to undergo an operation? If the answer to that question is yes, and your arthritis is there, well, that's the right time.
I guess I was assuming that you would see more here in California based on the fact that we have better weather. So we're probably outside a lot more. We play a lot of tennis. We play a lot of golf. We do a lot of things that really require quite a bit of movement, regardless of our age. However, for my community, which is 55 and over, they are very active and they like to dance and they like to do all fun things.
Right.
So I'm imagining that, at some point you get the arthritis, you're like, oh man, I can't dance anymore.
Well, people have asked me before, after I have the surgery, am I going to be able to dance? And my question to them is usually, were you able to dance before? Because if you weren't able to dance before, well, probably not going to be able to dance afterward.
That's a good one. All right, awesome. And then before we started talking, we were talking a little bit about some advancements, and you were mentioning navigation. Tell me how navigation is used.
There's a variety of different. There's a big spectrum of navigation. You know, there's the highest end of it is robotics, and then various levels of navigation kind of going down from there. And the idea is to get the position of the components, you know, whether it's in a hip placement surgery, whether it's like acetabulum or the cup part of the surgery, or the femur part, or in the knee, the part that goes on the thigh bone, or the femur, or the tibia, or the shin bone, and getting those exactly where you want. So that's kind of the idea, is to kind of using different tools to optimize positioning of your components.
Okay.
And so in general, when they've looked at studies comparing navigation to not using navigation in kind of a whole cohort of patients, the biggest difference so far is what we call radiographic outliers. It sounds like a big term, but basically what that means is on X-ray, you see various positioning of implants, some kind of this way or that way, or most of them are about the same. So a navigation system reduces those ones that are kind of on the outskirts and brings them all to be about the same. So that's kind of an uncommon situation. In terms of the most important thing, which is clinical outcomes, how do patients do after these surgeries with navigation? How do they do without navigation? Mm-hmm. To date, most of the studies have showed that both ways do about the same. There's been a lot of talk recently in terms of hip replacement surgery with patients that have also back disease or arthritis or fused spines, and what's the proper positioning of the cup, you know, in those patients. And I think once there is a way to develop a hard target where you would say, for example, I want this cup at exactly 42 degrees or rotate exactly this number of degrees, then I think a navigation system will be much more useful for hip replacement when you have a very specific target. But when you know you want to get it to a certain target within, you know, plus or minus 5 degrees, you can do that without navigation. And navigation creates, you know, additional costs. You know, there's a couple of small incisions and those kind of, which those aren't really that big of a deal. But when it's not 100%, when it's not showing that it's necessary, then it's even not every patient, you know, requires it. And so what I would caution people in general about is there's a lot of marketing that goes into various things in joint replacement surgery, and really, I mean, all across the medical field and even outside of the medical field. So these are all very important questions when you see your surgeon. If it's me or if it's somebody else, talk to your surgeon. If you have questions, bring them up. It'll be, you know, you can have an open dialogue, so you can have the best thing done that's good for you.
Well, and I understand that Hoag Orthopedic is doing more joint replacements than any other hospital in California. So that's amazing. And you're now part of that. Tell me what you like about Hoag Orthopedic.
I think it's a great group of people. I mean, from the surgeons to the operating room staff to the nurses, to the physician assistants. It's a very cohesive group. Everybody has the same goals in mind, and that's do the best by the patient, and everybody has a common goal. There's not a lot of pushing one way or the other. So that's been probably the best thing I've noticed and really appreciate about Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
That's awesome, and that's probably why you guys got the 2020-2021 best hospitals on the best hospitals list. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you're on your way to more surgeries, so have a great day, and thank you for spending time with us.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and I'm happy to help, you know, answer any questions you guys have down the road as well.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this.
Do you want more energy, better balance, and improved understanding, especially in noise or watching TV? Improving your hearing can help with all of these concerns. Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Hunt, audiologist at Amazing Hearing. Oticon's hearing aid with brain hearing technology can improve your hearing and your health. We're having a hearing event on Tuesday and Wednesday, November 3rd to 4th. Call us today to schedule your appointment.
back. Well, today I am joined by three lovely ladies from the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. We have Cherie, Chris, and Sydney, who are here to talk to us about a lot of things that are coming up, which we're so excited. Yay, some activities. Well, welcome, ladies. Nice to see you all today.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So, Cherie, we've talked on and off throughout the last 7 months, and we've all had our struggles and here and there, but you guys have managed to do a lot of online stuff, so you were able to adapt quite well. And now you guys are going forward with a couple of things that are actually, in person and, obviously social distancing and masks, but tell me a little bit about, what's going on.
Well, first we have our flu shot clinic. That is going to be next Friday. That's Friday, October 30th from 1 to 3 p.m. We're asking for help with traffic control. So if your name starts with A through M, please come the first hour, and N through Z come the second hour. It's just the regular flu shot. It's free to anyone over the age of 18. So we're looking to see it.
Yeah, we had the flyer. We've been talking about it. Lauren and Judy, I believe it was, they came on and they talked a lot about it as well, which is great. And I know you have lots of great sponsors. You've got a bunch of people who participated. They threw in stuff in a goodie bag. Tell me what's in the goodie bag. I want to know.
Oh, lots of fun tchotchkes. I mean, I think there's, pens and mints and lots of hand sanitizer. There's some PPE stuff in there. Just, fun things. Everybody gets a swag bag or a goodie bag with every flu shot given. Mm-hmm. Some tips for the flu shot is definitely wear a shirt that's we can access your arm. And then just make sure you're wearing a mask.
Right. And then I understand you're going to have somebody on both sides so you can just sort of drive through and you both just put your arms up and they just get your arm, right?
Yeah, we're trying to make it really easy and convenient for our seniors to come down, feel safe, to get their flu shot.
I love it. I think that's a really great idea. Now, given the fact that you've been closed for so long, you are there from 8 to 4 daily. Does that mean people can visit you or not at all?
Well, we try to keep our visiting for the grab and go, and that's a great transition. So we continue to do the senior meals through the grab and go program, where we give out healthy, nutritious meals to our seniors. We've been doing fun things like high five stick. We always have the table decorated. They can exchange puzzles and books and magazines, and it's a great way to communicate and say hi. Some seniors, they come down just once a week just to get that meal and just check in with us. So it's nice to see them. Of course, we're still socially making it safe for them, but it's really nice to see a lot of our seniors on a regular. Yeah,
okay. All right, that's great. And then another thing you've got coming up is a rummage sale, and that's going to be in November. What is that about?
Okay, so we just began accepting donations. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. So the rummage sale is officially November 21st, Saturday, from 8 to 12. And the only thing we ask is it's a cash-only event. And no large furniture, please. But someone will be there. It's like a drive-through, drop-off donation process. There's someone out there to help.
And what is the dates that you start accepting donations?
We started yesterday, so we're doing good so far.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this week was the start. Okay, good. All right, perfect. And then obviously you can do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. And then the actual sale is on November 21st. Okay, perfect. Right, where is it going to be? Is it going to be in your parking lot?
It's actually, we're going to bring it into the senior center in the multi-purpose room. We're going to set it up that way. We'll be, asking everybody if they're, feeling well, come on in. It is a mask event again, and we'll only be letting a certain amount of people in at once.
Sure.
And then we're all about the seniors.
Yeah, totally understandable for that. And then you have a newsletter that you are continuing to keep up with.
Yeah, we've reached about 200 seniors via email. So if you are interested in receiving the newsletter, I think that's the best way to communicate with us to learn what we're doing. There's lots of classes behind the classic new class. There's gardening, yoga, breathing tech. And the best way to keep in touch with us is through that newsletter. Just contact me at my email address, but also our website. Our website has a virtual portal. Keep in touch with us. Give us a call. Send us a letter. Let us know how you. We love hearing.
All right, excellent. And then, Chris and Sydney, I know you guys have been waiting patiently to talk, so thank you so much. Tell me a little about the home delivered meals. Why is that different? I mean, grab and go obviously sounds like you go pick it up and then go, but what is home delivered? Is that Meals on Wheels?
Yes, Meals on Wheels is home delivered meals. We deliver 3 meals a day, a hot lunch, a cold breakfast, and a frozen dinner, all planned by a dietitian to their homes. And this eliminates them having to go out and be at risk in the stores. We have volunteers that deliver the meals. It's strictly done by volunteers, and we couldn't do it without them. So it's a wonderful program. Okay. And right now we're accepting anyone that calls that's over 60. There's really no definite requirements for it.
Okay, now that's part of the Meals on Wheels. Did Great Plates get extended, do you know?
Yes, it did. I don't know too much about that, but
Okay.
Maybe Cherie could address that.
Okay.
It's only been extended till November 8th. So we always ask for them to check in with our website. Always an update there. But as we know,
Yeah, it seems like it gets extended every month. So, I just wanted to double check to make sure, because we haven't been talking about that lately. And I just wanted to make sure that did get extended again. And then now, what's Knock and Drop? Is that kind of like a delivery service?
It's all part of the Meals on Wheels delivery. We are constantly updating our volunteers on, ways to deliver the meals that are safe for the recipients. They get to the door, they make themselves known, then they step back after they've set the food on a chair or a table by their door, step back and wait to be acknowledged. And they can chat from a safe distance if they want to, but yeah, we're trying our best to keep our seniors safe.
I know, and we have done a pretty good job considering the numbers. So good for you guys. Thank you for taking those things into consideration. Now, what else do we have here? A holiday giving tree. I can't even believe the holidays are here.
No.
So tell me about the holiday
talk
giving
about that.
tree.
Okay,
So
Sydney
we want
can tell you. Oh, excuse me.
We wanted to do something special for the seniors this year. We do something for them every year during the holidays, but we just wanted to make sure that this year, especially, everyone got some sort of gift. So we are accepting, we're asking for new blankets and or towel sets to be brought here to the senior center. And we've decided that the dates we want to have people drop those things off is November 2nd through December 11th. And that'll give us enough time to accept all those items and make sure that they're ready to go before the holidays.
Okay.
And we were thinking about having the time for that be obviously Monday through Friday while we're open between the hours of 10 a.m. and noon. That's the best time for us to accept things here at the center. Well, the best time for Chris and myself. And so we just really think it's important to make sure everyone is feels like they are recognized and they know that we're thinking of them and that we care about them, because we really do. And we haven't been able to go out and visit them regularly like we do. Normally we do visits twice a year and then phone calls twice a year. Mm-hmm. But during all this, it's only been phone calls. So we've really been missing that contact with the seniors. So we just wanted them to know that they are so special to us, and we care about them, and we're thinking about them, and we want them to have a happy holiday season. So we thought this would be the perfect way to reach out to them.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
great. Now, you might get an awful lot of blankets and towel sets. So are you going to be wrapping them all?
That's a good question.
Glad you're wrapping all those.
We want to be.
What's that?
To be able to make sure that it's what we've asked for, you know, towel sets and blankets. But if people that are dropping them off want to take the initiative to maybe fold them nicely and put a nice bow on them, maybe if we want to ask people to wrap or not.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I mean, it would be better. Just make sure that it's what you know you guys are looking for. So, all right, excellent. Anything else, ladies?
No, just keep in contact with us. Keep lines of communication open. Just know we're here for them. And, you know, just give us a call. We're here from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday. Always something going on.
Yes, there is. Well, I'm glad you guys are staying busy. Thank you for all you do. And very nice to see you, Chris and Sydney and Cherie. We'll talk to you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Well, just real quick, wanted to just remind you about voting. Your United ballot is due November 2nd by 5 p.m. and the third ballot is due November 2nd by 5 p.m. And if you are going to mail it in, you need to do so by 11 a.m. November 2nd. So let's take one last look at our weather. It is going to be nice and our air quality is clearing, but still is not so good today, so do stay indoors. But the temperatures are looking good today. 77.56, Thursday 79.55, Friday 77.58. But by the weekend we are going to warm up again, 83.60, and then by Sunday we're looking at 86.61. So we are looking at some warm temps by the weekend. You can watch us again at 12:30 and 5, and then you can also tune in again tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we'll be right back here on This Day. So have a great day in the village. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
We were all so worried with my grandmother living alone. She's fallen before, but thankfully we were able to keep her comfortable at home. Home safety advisors help ensure her safety by providing her with custom home modifications. Home safety advisors has made sure my grandmother is in good hands with top quality care. So call today to schedule your free in-home consultation and make sure your loved ones receive the care they deserve.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.